Hi there. Welcome to Craft with Kathie. I have a fun little project perfect for a coffee bar tonight, and it's using the Espresso Yourself transfer, which is really kind of sharp. There's 6 different images and words, phrases. We've got pothead, life begins after coffee, I like big cups and cannot lie, espresso yourself, I run on coffee, chaos, and cuss words, and ice, ice, baby. So, obviously quite a selection, right? Oh, goodness, and I was just opening up a jar of paste, and I just realized I've got it all over my thumb. Which actually, let's just hop right into that. I'm going to do this, I like big cups and cannot lie, and I'm going to actually do it on one of our cutouts that come with it. There's coordinating cutouts for this set. We've got the coffee cup, the coffee pot, and a nice little cup for iced coffee. So I'm going to do the coffee cup. Put these on the side. And just jump right in on this project. So first, of course, I need to fuzz my transfer. Let me take it off its backer. Our transfers are made out of vinyl and silk screen, and obviously I missed cutting a little spot here. Whoops. Just throw my scissors on the floor. And this section actually has a rather large area of silk screen. So when I put it down, I want to be careful that I don't have any air bubbles underneath the silk screen. So let me fuzz it first, and I'll show you quite how to do that. I love these little cutouts. They are our Couture Boutique Surface, which means they are erasable. So if I don't like it in this color, wash it and redo it. Really that simple. Okay, I want to make sure I don't have any air bubbles underneath the area that's white. Anything that I can see through the transfer is silk screen. So anywhere it's showing up white is silk screen. And I'm going to use our new color of the month. It's called Retro. And it's this cool retro blue. So basically just apply it, spread it over with a squeegee. Oh, isn't that a beautiful blue? What's your favorite color? Mine has always been blue, and I like pretty much every shade of blue. But I realize I don't use a lot of blue chalking. I don't know why that is. I think maybe I tend towards more of neutral things for decor. Smoothing it out, making sure I've got all the silk screen covered. I know I have to take care of the handle, the cup, the mug's handle here. Smoothing it out, removing any lines, and smoothing away any excess paste that I will return back into my container of paste. Color of the month is only around for the month or as long as the supply lasts. So if you love this blue, you can purchase it with a $75 or more order. And let's see, I don't have my detail tool out here. I like having that handy to help me hold down my surfaces. I peel this up. It's a very lightweight surface, so there's not much for me to hang on to when I lift it. There we go. Woo, isn't that a beautiful blue? So I'm going to set this aside to dry and cover up my paste so it doesn't dry out. And go on to project number 2. I am going to be using the out-of-the-box frames. And I've already taken one out of the box. The insert, or the inside, one side is wood grain, the other is a whitewash. And you can actually replace these inserts. So if you do a design that you absolutely love and you don't want to, it's seasonal or something, and you don't want it displayed all the time, you can remove it from the box and put a different insert in it. Plus, it's easier to work with because it's nice and flat and you don't have to work around the frame as you're doing your thing. And I am looking for my wax that I had out here earlier, which of course I don't see. Oh, let's see. Because these inserts are wood. Now, if you're using, you could buy the inserts in the wood, or you could buy them in our Couture Boutique surface, which is like these cutouts. One side is white though, and the other side is black. So you could buy multiple inserts for the same frame. But anytime you're chalking on wood, you want to make sure that you wax it. So I'm going to apply a little bit of our surface wax. Our surface wax has no fragrance, which is nice. Fragrance free. And it comes in this nice handy little container because you really don't use that much. And then we have this nice little applicator that I'm using to apply it. Just kind of basically smooth it all over and then basically rub it in or buff it off, whichever way you want to look at it. And the reason that we wax our wood is because wood is porous. So this acts as a little bit of a barrier between the wood surface and the pigment of the chalk paste. So if you do make a mistake and you catch it quickly, you might be able to wipe it off before it actually seeps in. Because even though our chalk paste is erasable from many surfaces like chalkboard, dry erase board, glass, mirror, and metal, wood is porous and probably will be stained by the pigmentation of the paste. So it doesn't take long to wax. So basically this gives us a little bit of a barrier. It also smooths it out because there's little divots. Even if the wood's sanded, it's not really even. So the wax puts a little layer in there, evening it out. And it also protects your transfer because our transfers are adhesive backed. Our transfers, think of them as like stencils on steroids. And it protects us from lifting a sliver of wood or some paint or whatever up from the surface. So those are the 3 reasons that you always wax wood. Okay, so I'm good to go on this. As soon as I close up my wax, there we go. And let's see, what was I going to do with this one? Oh yes, I'm doing Life Begins After Coffee. And I'm going to do a bit of an ombre technique on this. So first, of course, I want to fuzz my transfer. Set that aside to dry a bit. And I'm trying to decide which direction I want it to go. Make the grain go horizontal here. Both of these are perfect to put up at a coffee bar if you have a designated area for your coffee and its accoutrements. You might want to think of adding a little bit of coffee themed decor. And I'm just making sure this is nice and straight before I smooth it down. And then, like I said, I'm going to be using an ombre technique. So I'm using, our camel paste and our bark paste. I'm going to start with the camel up at the top. And I'm going to have the bark at the bottom. Might need a little bit more bark there. We'll see. I grabbed a lot of paste there. Let me clean off my squeegee. And then I'm doing the bark. And then in between, I'm going to mix the colors. Usually I leave enough to pull down between them, and I really didn't in this case, but I'll fix that. Basically want a little bit to blend. And you could use your fingers, you could use your squeegee, whatever you want to do. But basically you want an ombre look between the two colors. And then I'm going to go back over with my squeegee and remove the excess paste. I cannot put this back in the jar though because it's a mixture of colors. So be careful that you don't accidentally throw it back in there. Oh, let's see, I want that a little bit darker there. Let me add a little bit. Oh, whatever, we'll see how this looks. I noticed I caught part of it on the bee here, so I thought, let me throw a little bit of the bark and darken that up a little bit. And I think that's fine. Okay. Peel and reveal time. Oh yeah. Life begins after coffee. How cool is that? Hey Terry, how are you doing? It does look like peanut butter and chocolate, which sounds pretty good. I'm a chocolate person, so I have to admit, I'll put my chocolate collagen in my coffee in the morning. Thank you. Hope all has been well with you. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I never used to drink coffee. I was a tea person, probably at least until my mid-20s, and started drinking coffee when I was working on a big project and there were a lot of late nights, and then basically gave up the tea, totally switched to coffee, and then somewhere along the line switched back. So I switch it up. It depends on the mood and what's going on. Just getting the paste off my fingers here. I ended up getting some of that bark underneath my fingernails. Yeah, you drink both too? I'm kind of weird. My dad always drank his coffee with just cream. And I always, when I started drinking tea, it would be sugar and lemon. But for my coffee, I don't use any sugar. So I don't know if that's weird or what. My brother uses honey in his coffee, which is a little too sweet for me, but whatever, right? And I like my coffee Boston really, really light. Of course, I have to have half and half. Okay, so I talked a little bit about the out-of-the-box frames. Ooh, I want to get something that, let's see if I could reach it here. Okay, this is for my larger frame. It's a 6x18. One side, this is the Couture surface, the Couture Boutique surface. One side is black and one side's white. I did not order for these, the 6x6 or the 5x5 frames. I did not order these inserts. I forgot to do that. So I'm probably going to put, I want to be careful when I lift this up. I'm probably going to put this on either the black Couture or maybe the white. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. And if I don't like it, I could always wash it off, right? So I know this isn't quite dry yet, but I'm going to put it back in the frame so you can see what it looks like. Oh yes, I used to definitely have tea with honey. I forgot about that. One time somebody made it for me and it was too strong when I was a kid. I was sick and she diluted it with milk, trying to think it wouldn't be so strong for me or whatever. And it was like, oh goodness, I could not drink milk in my tea. But definitely half and half in my coffee. What could I say? Ooh, maybe I should try this on the brown. I don't know, it looks kind of nice there. I guess it depends on what color your decor is in your kitchen, right? But wasn't that simple and easy? And like I said, these other two pieces come with the cutouts. One is for a coffee pot and one is for like iced coffee. And look at all these other designs. Such a cool transfer, isn't it? I mean, perfect for coffee bar decor. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good evening. I'll see you soon.